What is up, YouTube? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Bleeding B&G channel. Thank you guys for tuning into another fire content creator video by yours truly over here, Bleeding B&G. And this is not a Bleeding B&G podcast episode. As I mentioned before, we were going crazy with the reaction videos in the preseason and in the offseason, and we got a lot of positive reaction and a lot of positive interaction from those. So I think we're going to go ahead and do those throughout the season. So if we have a game, we're season ticket holders over here at Bleeding B&G. So if it's an away game and we're not spending all day at the game, you can be assured that we will be dropping a reaction video the following Monday. And if we do have a home game and we're boots on the ground in FedEx Field, not only will we be giving you a Bleeding B&G podcast episode, but we'll try our best to push out a vlog as well. So as you saw, we did the vlog for last week versus the Arizona Cardinals where we were at home. If you haven't, go ahead and check that out. And then this week, we have the reaction video because our Commanders were on the road against the Denver Broncos, and they took home that dub. So right now we're on a mile high. I haven't watched the highlights yet. This is my first time going back and watching the highlights. But I know from watching the game in real time, it was an absolute thriller. So let's go ahead and relive some of the moments of a crazy Sunday. I'm tripping over here. A crazy Sunday over here in Denver, Colorado. First drive. That's a big boy throw by Sam Howell. And if you follow us on X, you saw that we tweeted that. That was a huge play for Sam Howell. Sam stood tall in the pocket, something that I didn't think that he really did last week against the Arizona Cardinals. And this was on the first drive. You see it's 13:34 on the clock. I forgot how the first two plays of the series went. But that was the first third down of the drive. First third down in your first NFL road start, and you stand in the pocket like that. All but 5'11", 6 feet. So that was a beautiful thing to see for Sam Howell. And at that moment, I knew that Sam Howell was in for a day. Trust me. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the X. Go ahead. Follow us on X while you at it too.
18, and they move the sticks.
2nd and 5. Screen pass.
Second down.
The screen pass will be the theme of the day. You get a screen, as I mentioned in my podcast episode yesterday, and it was effective from the jump.
Another fresh set of downs.
The first drive went really well. The first drive was very promising.
I would expect he would want his front four.
You stayed ahead of the sticks
and make coverage work. Howell again protected well here. They come from the back, and he is hammered. Randy Gregory.
And trust me, over here at Bleeding B&G, we are not fans of Charles Leno Jr., and we are quick to call him out when he is having a hard time, but this one wasn't his fault. This one was not his fault at all. 3rd and 4. Sam, you need to get the ball out by here. I honestly don't love the footwork.
John Bates.
It seems like he stood flat foot as soon as he got the ball. He didn't really drop or climb in the pocket. A little bit, but he's flat-footed. He's making a 3-step drop. By this point, the ball should be out. If there's nobody open, throw the ball away. You're still in field goal range. You're at the 25-yard line. You're at the 25.5-yard line. At this point, the ball should be out by now. Because my man Chucky Leno, he's not holding up for that long. Look at him. He over there fighting for dear life. And this one was not your fault, Chucky L. And we are not the biggest fans of Charles Leno Jr. over here at Bleeding B&G, but this one was not his fault. Sam needed to get the ball out by now. He didn't. And you see the result.
Again protected well here. They come from the back, and he is hammered. Randy Gregory coming around the blind side. They lose 6. It's Sean Payton.
So they seem to cut out the highlight where Cameron Cheeseman fucking rolled the ball back there once again. And I know why they did, because they don't want to point out CBS's fuck up because they missed the snap as they did for a number of plays throughout this game. They did the same thing for the 2-point conversion. So we probably won't see that on this highlight as well. Goddamn, CBS, pick up your game broadcast, man. My boy. Pick up your game broadcast, my boy, because that shit was a little treacherous to go through. Not only watching my team go through it on the field, but y'all can't even come back and see y'all fuck-ups. I know Cam Cheeseman wanted to thank CBS for cutting out that bad snap because I went back and watched the All 22 today. He was on some rolling the 300 shit, bowling the ball back there. And as I said in my podcast episode, it's time for Cameron Cheeseman to go. As a long snapper, you have one job requirement, and that's to be able to long snap the ball. And if you can't do that, you're fucking useless. Get the hell off the team, my boy. So Denver has the ball, 1st and 10 at midfield after Joey Slide's field goal miss. I told y'all last week, every Washington end outside of Montez Sweat, every Washington Commander defensive end outside of Montez Sweat knows how he's just gonna. It's a rite of passage for them to let the guy outside, right? Right? They don't know how to contain edges, and I think that's the weakest part of our defense, along with the linebackers. Our defensive line is tremendous. Trust me, they are. They are. But if you had to point out one flaw in their game, it's their containment on not only mobile quarterbacks, but on outside runs and things like that. Denver killed us on that in the first half. If you go back, you see here. Let's go back and let's see who was on the edge. That's James Smith-Williams.
Fine, great matchup.
You see he gets peeled back inside by the receiver that was on the tight bunch. So he's automatically lost containment at that point. Then you have Jamin Davis flowing over. If I don't think I'm asking for too much, but I need Jamin Davis to be able to beat this. Is this a fullback? I need him to be able to beat this guy to make this play, right? First round pick, first round linebacker in the 2021 draft. You got to make this play. But he does spill it over. I'm not sure who this is. But you have to be an athlete. Oh, that's Jonathan Allen. Come on, John. You got to be an athlete. Close this gap and make that play. But we know John Allen, he's going more than enough. He's going more than make up for it. So, can't ask for too much. We can't be perfect. But look at y'all boy here. Look at y'all boy. Where the hell is he going? Cody Barton. Where the fuck are you, bro? This is supposed to be our middle linebacker, y'all. I call him a step slow and a second too late. Cody Barton plays catcher because he catches every tackle. It's ridiculous. But that's what happened on that run. Nothing too major, but we got to contain the outside. That's what killed us last year. So when we going to learn our lesson?
Great pocket to establish the running game. Those additions have to work out for Denver. On 2nd and long, Williams looking for a seam.
Hard nose run. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God. We've unwashed Russell Wilson. At that point, I was like, oh my God, we've unwashed Russell. Look at him. You ain't seen Russell Wilson high step like that since 2015. I swear that Russell Wilson has knocked about 5.5 seconds onto his 40 as every year goes by. But he looks spry as hell on this read option. Granted, nobody there fucking helps. Because look at your boy Cody Barton again. Where the hell is he? But at this point, I was like, oh my God, we've unwashed Russell Wilson. It was ridiculous.
This direction, Wilson has him forward. Tough to run against this front. I would expect some sort of play action pass in their goal line sequence. This is the rookie Jaleel McLaughlin.
Same thing I mentioned. You got to be able to contain the outside. This one, it was actually Chase Young, who had a dominant game, but this wasn't his best rep. He tries to slice inside, gets pinned in by the fullback, and nobody's there to spill.
And it's a Sunday walk in the park for the rookie as Denver strikes first. You can't hit anybody, coach.
Offense back on the ball.
So they rule it an incompletion.
That's another big boy play standing in the pocket. Oh, shout out to the ads. Psych. We hate ads over here. That's another big boy play by Sam Howell, standing in the pocket. Who was that lineman that got obliterated like that?
You can't hit anybody, coach. You know that.
Oh, Chucky Leno getting beat across his face. Thank God it wasn't a sack because my man Sam Howell was able to get the ball out of his hands and make this throw. But why would I think it was anybody other than Chucky Leno? Silly me.
Just inside of the 2-minute mark.
And then, oh man, this was a rough drive for you, huh, Chucky? Huh, Chucky Leno? Because as you see on the very next snap, he gets his ass whooped.
Just inside of the 2-minute mark, here they come again.
Like, Sam didn't even stand a chance. Yeah, the first sack was on Sam. This one's on you. Look at this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Ass whooping. Nobody's getting that ball off. Nobody's getting that ball off. Chucky. And now we're behind the sticks at 3rd and 18 on a rather promising drive. All because you want to get your ass whooped all Sunday, Chucky L.
Front, go to work and get your eyes on the quarterback to break on the ball. 3rd and long, Howell protected, slinging it, that pass. Batted down and incomplete.
It's a little dangerous. It's a little dangerous. Sam walked away here unscarred with no turnovers, but that was a little unchy. That ain't gonna lie to you. So we in that drive with a field goal. We down 7-3.
This has been one of the top statistical defenses in the league. Wilson's going to take a shot. Has his man. It's caught.
And at that point, I'm like, oh my God, we're letting Russ cook. We're letting Russ go Mr. Unlimited on us. I ain't heard him say that shit in 6 years. But that's what it felt like watching this in my living room yesterday. At this moment. At this moment. Russell Wilson just dropping bomb over our head like it's 2012. Like he back with Golden Tate and Percy Harvin and them boys. Like it was crazy. Oh, I wish they showed the replay of that though. But I'm here to tell you that coverage breakdown was on Derek Forrest. I really wish that they showed the replay of it. Wish they didn't. Come on, guys. Y'all got to step it up over here. But if you go back and look at the replay, everybody else has dropped back into a zone. Except Derek Forrest. His ass was playing man. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know what kind of call he got. And if you followed on X, I think it was Nikki Javala that said as soon as they went over to the sideline, Jack went and talked to Cody Barton. I wonder why. And we know why he talked to Derek Forrest. The catcher, Cody Barton, and Derek Forrest. So I guess that our last offensive series was so fucking putrid, they didn't decide to show any portion of it. So Denver has the ball again.
Came in with Ron Rivera. This has been one of the top statistical defenses in the league. Wilson's going to take a shot. Has his man. It's caught.
Oh, this is the same play.
Touchdown.
They just replayed the same play. Hey, CBS, step y'all shit up, my boy.
60 yards from Wilson. Exquisite pass. His first NFL touchdown catch.
So that's why I mentioned everybody was playing zone except Derek Forrest. That's why he's so far behind everybody else. Please don't put that on my boy, Oh Mercy Percy Butler. Offense back out.
Look here they come again. 3rd down. Howell protected. Pocket collapses. He's going down again.
You gotta get rid of that ball.
Jonathan Cooper.
Gotta get rid of that throw.
This is your
You have to get rid of that throw.
Do you want to come up and tackle? So expect him to continue to attack that side. Where does Wilson go here? 3rd and 4.
And Russ kept going unlimited on us in the first half. Our first round pick, Emmanuel Forbes, getting beat. Hey, Manny Forbes, you know I love you, my guy. And you did more than enough to make up for it. And you bounced back. But that rep was piss poor. We know you run a 4.35. But guess what? You are not Deion Primetime Sanders. You are not Darryl Green. You don't have that type of speed, right? So you over here pressing guys, and they're just as fast as you. I think you trusting that launch speed a little bit too much. Get your ass back. Because you all of 115 pounds, so we know you're not pressing. So get your ass back. Play that off coverage that you was playing at Mississippi State, and continue to be the baller that you are. Dudes was just running wide open. Like, it was ridiculous. We got dudes hitting the crazy legs on us. We got Sean Payton looking like he know what he talking about. And at this moment, I just knew Sean Payton was going to walk over at the end of the game and be like, yeah, that's why Josh Harris wanted me. I just knew it. I just knew he was dragging his nuts around at this point. But my man Slinging Sammy Howell wouldn't let that happen. Outside of that, though, because I don't know what the fuck that was.
As this offense is in complete disarray. What a start for Denver's defense. As Tressway, you booted one.
That's a bomb, Tress. That's a bomb, Tress. So much of a bomb that our fucking punt coverage can't get that down there to cover the damn punt. And look at your boy Cam Cheeseman. Look at your boy Cam Cheeseman. You can't snap the ball. Get your ass in there and make a goddamn tackle. You out there looking like the dude that I just bought my damn tire from over at Jiffy Lube. Like, what we doing?
That in and of itself gives you confidence to play. Wilson, this is where he's been so deadly in his career, but what pursuit? Jamin Davis.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the game turned. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the game turned. Chase Young making his season debut, flushing Russell Wilson out the pocket. It's more than just Jamin Davis, but guess what? Our 2020 first round pick, Chase Young, flushing him out the pocket. For our 2021 first round pick, Jamin Davis, to come like a fucking bat out of hell. Come out of like a fucking bat out of hell. Jamin Davis was moving on the field yesterday like he drive. Fast as shit. To cause this fumble on Russell Wilson.
That in and of itself gives you.
And now at this one, I'm like, all right, he might be going back to Waj Russ. He might be going back to Waj Russ.
Davis, football came loose. What's the call here? Nothing official.
Jamin Davis came like a fucking bat out of hell to make that play. Please blitz him more, please. But that was the poetic thing about that play. We got our back-to-back defensive first-round picks in 2020 and 2021 making big-time plays. First and 20, Sam hitting Terry. Love this call here. And now we get things rolling. I've said all offseason picking up Eric Bieniemy, I said that Curtis Samuel might be one of the biggest beneficiaries of this offense. He led the team in receptions last week, and this is one of the reasons why I say that. He's a gadget-type player, and you know they love those type of players in Kansas City. He's a player that you can just give a jet sweep to, and he take it from the 17 to the 5-yard line. He's that type of dynamo with the ball in his hands.
Looking for some daylight break. Matt Hennings in for Denver. 3rd and goal. Owls pass incomplete.
Wasn't too crazy about that call, RPO on the 4-yard line, but the pressure was in his face instantly. Then my man Riverboat Ron. Finally pulling out the riverboat because I ain't seen it in the last 4 years. Yeah, I know we called him Paddleboat Ron last year because he was coaching so fucking conservative. But I feel like he sensed the game changing. He sensed the tide turning. He goes on it on 4th down, 4th and 4 at the goal line. That's not an easy feat.
You've got to keep Sam Howell in the pocket. Don't let him extend.
And then Sam drops a fucking dime. Hey, Kareem Jackson, fucking fight me, bro. Fucking fight me, bro. Look, like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You literally launched yourself at this man's head after you got a $15,000 fine last week. Like, what are you doing? You fucking trash can? That's why Nick Gates came over to whip your ass.
I know it's a bang-bang play.
Hey, Sam, that's a dot on an all-pro safety, Justin Simmons. Throwing it where only your 6'8", 6'7" tight end can catch it. That's a dot. And then you damn lunatic.
And there is no doubt.
Oh, they ain't had no choice but to show the 2-point conversion. But we ain't going to go through it too much because CBS ain't cut to it to the middle of the goddamn play. But just to let you know, they called it short, but then we ended up getting it. With that grown-ass man, Brian Robinson. That's a dot. And at this point, Sam just started dropping fucking dots. He had more dots than Dippin' Dots. Like, it was ridiculous. And I think that Sam is really effective throwing balls in between the numbers. Whoa. I think that Sam is really effective on throws in between the numbers. But this is one of my favorite plays if I think this is a throw.
3rd and 11. Could be a
yes, it is.
Flag.
Yes, it is. We out here running out and ups with John Bates. We out here running outs and ups with John Bates, who ran a fucking 5-second 40 with lumberjack John Bates. If that doesn't tell you that Eric Bieniemy is going to get the most out of this offensive personnel, I don't know what is. And then my man Sam Howell taking that shot in the cover 2. Throwing it over the safety's head. I'm throwing it over the corner's head, getting there before the safety. We found ourselves a quarterback, guys.
Or the snapper, I should say.
We might have found ourselves a quarterback, guys.
Legal hit he took from Kareem Jackson, who was ejected.
And that was on 4th down.
And on this possession, this was the Deron Payne man possession. Sack on the first play of the game. Deron Payne's a grown-ass man. If you see Deron Payne running towards you, run away. And then he had a tackle for loss, and then watch what Deron Payne does on this play.
Wilson on 3rd and 21.
That's a Hall of Fame fucking drive. Deron Payne is playing like the best defensive tackle in the NFL right now. A sack, a sack resulting in an 11-yard loss, or a sack resulting in an 8-yard loss, a tackle for your loss resulting in a 3-yard loss, and then a batted down pass. That's all one man. That's a one-man wrecking crew. I know we used to call Lorenzo Alexander one-man gang. Nah, Deron Payne the real one-man gang. Because he's playing like a fucking grown-ass man out there this season. He's got the bag and doing more than proving that he deserved it. Offense gets the ball back. Now my man Sammy getting loose up in that pocket. What I tell y'all last week? Sam Howell has scary speed. Sam Howell has scary speed. He runs like he's scared. And that's a beautiful thing to have in my quarterback, especially if they're not going to catch him. That's something that you can't measure in a 40 time. He runs like he's trying to get away from the police. But he's trying to get away from defenders on the field. Sam Howell has scary speed, and he exhibited that on this play.
Howell slinging it to the end zone.
That's one of the best throws I've seen in my years of a Washington Redskin, Washington Commander, Washington football team fan. That's a fucking dot. I told you the boy had more dots than Dippin' Dots yesterday. He had more dots than the candy. He had more dots than the end of a sentence. We found ourselves a quarterback. This is what happens when you give your wide receiver one a chance. And yes, I'm calling him wide receiver one. I know we were a little hot takey saying that Jahan Dotson might take that throne this year. Yeah, you shitting me. Terry McLaurin's still the alpha man in that room. Because look at him amongst these two grown-ass men. Hey, Terry McLaurin, hey, them dudes got families, bro. They family probably in the stage watching you put your nuts on their neck. Like I told y'all he did last year against Stephon Gilmore. He dunked on him. The only way that you can describe dunking on somebody in football terms is what Terry McLaurin does. And I don't know if this was a primetime shuffle. I don't know if it was the Glorilla dance, the dance they be doing in Memphis. But I'm going to chalk it up as the Glorilla dance. But if this is a primetime shuffle, Terry McLaurin, this might be the ugliest primetime shuffle I've ever seen in my life. We in Colorado. Coach Prime over there got a lid over there in Boulder. So this is why I think you might be paying homage to him. But if this is a primetime shuffle, this is the nastiest shuffle I've ever seen in my life. I told you need to go back to the Love Don't Cause a thing. Ha, and Mambo. Come on, I ain't seen that since what, 2020? Come on, you told me you was going to bring it back when we chopped it up at training camp, and I ain't seen it since. Anything but this nasty primetime shuffle, if that's what that was. That was the robot mixed with the shuffle, mixed with the Glorilla. I don't know what was that. But that was a grown-ass man catch, I'll tell you that much. I don't need him to have dance moves to be making catches like that.
To be confirmed, did he hold on to the football?
Yep. Montez Sweat and then the two inside guys.
Defense back out.
Third down pass. That one.
Manny. Forbes list. Hey, DBs, do y'all not like nice things? DBs, do y'all not like nice things? Y'all dropped 3 interceptions last week. Forbes dropped the interception right before this one. And then my man Manny Forbes, who led the NCAA in history in pick sixes, almost dropped this one.
Interception.
Do y'all not like nice things? That's a hell of a break on the ball, though. That's what we brought you here for. That's what we brought Emmanuel Forbes here for. Not to be getting torched by Marvin Mims.
Emmanuel Forbes, the number 16 overall pick in the draft, as they will continue to take a look at this. It's ruled an interception, and just crazy how this game has changed. A Broncos offense that was clicking on all cylinders over the first quarter. First career pick for Forbes.
Offense back out.
Last year for Mississippi State.
And this is when Brian Robinson decided to be a grown-ass man. Dragging grown-ass men 7 yards. Literally dragging grown-ass men 7 yards. Shout out to my man Sam Cosby getting in the mix.
Two guys that go back a long way. Deep line between them. 3rd and 3. Howell's pass deflected. That's a live football. Washington.
Andrew Wiley, I need you to be better, bro. That's a long developing play. It looks like it. Sam might need to get the ball out of his hands, but guess what? Sometimes I need my offensive lineman to step up and make a play. And I shouldn't just have to chalk it up that they're gonna be getting beat by their defensive lineman if the play falls outside of its structure. Right?
Recovers back at Wilson protected. First down Denver. Sutton. Judy covered. Wilson. And they get him. And it's Chase Young.
There he is. Mama, there goes that man. Hell of a play, Chase. Forcing him to 3. Tracking down Russell Wilson, showing some athleticism that I thought you lost, honestly, after the ACL. I told you in the second half, Brian Robinson just decided to be a grown-ass man.
Inside Denver territory. Howell's been a gamer, dumps it off here. This is Gibson. Gibson's got some blockers. Gibson inside the 30. Gibson.
I haven't seen that explosion from Antonio Gibson since 2021, ladies and gentlemen.
Denver territory.
Oh, my God. I told you guys, at that point, it was like, you get a screen, you get a screen, you get a screen. Look at this block by Nick Gates, though. This all doesn't happen without this block by Nick Gates. Hell of a block. Freeing him up. And then he turns it up. And then he turns it up. He was an ankle tackle away from housing that thing. That's some explosiveness, AG. I ain't seen that since 2020. Where's it been? Where's it been, my boy? Where's it been, my boy? But I'm glad you're showing it now. Better late than never, right? Contract year.
If you're Denver, you've got to keep him in the pocket. First and goal, Robinson.
And at this point, whenever we're in inside like the 2 or 3 yard line, I just assume that Brian Robinson I just assume that we're going to score a touchdown. I haven't seen anybody stop Brian Robinson in that scenario yet.
Why pay for 4 hotel rooms?
I haven't seen anybody stop Brian Robinson in that scenario yet. And if you guys can recall it, please let me know. But it's been 2 seasons, a season and a half because he missed some of last season. But I haven't seen him get stopped in a short yardage situation yet.
What do you call a guy in face?
Now back to the game.
And have retaken the lead. Jaquan McMillan has now come onto the field in that Denver secondary. 2nd and 8.
I told you, you get a screen, you get a screen, you get a screen. On by Oprah shit.
He's got a couple of lead blockers.
Hey, shout out to Sadiq Charles and Sam Cosby. You guys are tremendous upgrades over our guard positions last year. And I've talked about how both of you guys are athletic freaks for the interior offensive lineman position. But how both of y'all fall down at the same time? How that happened? I need to get that. Look out.
He's got a couple of lead blockers.
Hey, but a defective screen nonetheless.
Broncos showing blitz. Washington picked it up. This is Gibson breaking a tackle. That's a first down.
That might be the best run I've seen from Antonio Gibson in his Washington football team commander career. And this is a guy that has an 1,000-yard season. 2nd and 6. He presses the hole. He notices the cutback. He doesn't just run into these fucking guys' backs like we've been so accustomed to Antonio Gibson doing over the last 3 years. He recognizes the cut. Look at the jump cut. Look at the jump cut. Where the fuck are you going, my boy? Pick them fucking draws up, my boy. He dips his head down and gets the first down. That's the best run I've seen from Antonio Gibson in his entire Washington football team Commander career. Give me more of that. Inject that shit in my veins, please.
What a play by Gibson.
He saw Brian Robinson turn into a grown-ass man. He had to get him something.
As we cross the 8-minute mark in the fourth, Howell over the... Sam Howell on the cusp of 300 yards passing in this game. First down.
Look at Brian Robinson cutting back. So how did we go from our running backs just running into our offensive lineman's ass all last week to guys cutting back, to guys making all-pro safeties miss in the open field, guys showing elusiveness? Is this the Commanders that I should be expecting every week? Because I'm so not used to this. I ain't never ever seen you act like this before. Brian Robinson, I ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
Touchdown! The Washington Commanders making
Look at EB. EB lit. EB lit. You can't tell him he not playing.
Now you got to come back 10 points against the defense that is strongest in these situations, obvious passing situations.
Over the middle.
I thought we were a little soft in our coverage in this drive, but hey, you're up by 2 scores with 7 minutes left. I understand it. You don't want to press the gas and allow a quick score, so play a little shorter coverage. A little soft in coverage, excuse me.
Wilson inside the third. Backer up the scene. Wilson on first down after the penalty. Pump fakes over the middle. It is
big tackle.
Can watch the misdirection and keep your eyes disciplined for play action.
Broncos do indeed run a play before the 2-minute warning. Little miss play on that. Wilson, 3rd and goal.
Did y'all see 99 and 90 having a track meet at the quarterback? Trust me, it was another play like that.
Action.
Look at 99. Look at 99. Stop blocking him with a fucking tight end. And then look at my boy 90 actually make the play. Get your ass down, boy. Call them the Bash Bros.
Wilson looking. Here they come again. Wilson set.
Meet me at the quarterback in your red jersey. Look at them boys having a track meet to the quarterback. Meet me at the quarterback in your burgundy jersey. I can't do it red. What am I on my Jim Zorn shit? I was just trying to make it sound good. Look at them boys having a track meet. Them boys out there having fun. Look at that. That's what having fun looks like, 99.
Keep in mind a couple of kicks.
Hello, 99. Thank you, 99.
Kick to begin the game. Kicked all those years for Sean Payton in New Orleans. And this one is right
Time possibly being more important, letting the clock wind down.
8-point game.
Robinson picks up 2. This is not how they drew off the start of the season. Wilson flushed out of the pocket, tries to regather, launches far side.
Good coverage.
4th and 3, maybe one last gasp here for Wilson in Denver. He's going to tuck it away. First down and more. Wilson out across the 30.
Hey, pay Cam Curl, man. Pay Cam Curl. I was talking about his turnovers as well. He needs to make more plays and things like that. Well, y'all got him playing fucking linebacker half the time. And y'all need him to. Because he can do it. And he can make plays like that. Do y'all realize how crucial that was keeping Russell Wilson in bounds? They have no timeouts. Do y'all realize how crucial of a play that was? And that's not an easy play no matter how washed you think Russell Wilson may be. That's a lot of field to work with. That's a lot of field to work with. And a lot of guys in the NFL not making that play on Russell Wilson. Not in 2013 or 2023. But you know who is? Cam Curl. Pay that man.
Broncos hoping for this play, maybe one more. Wilson far side.
And this is why I wasn't mad at the play to follow. Because that wasn't a fucking catch. That wasn't a catch. But we allowed this to happen though.
Looking for a miracle. Gonna gather. Unleashes towards the end zone.
Hey Manny Foles, what you doing, bro? Bat the ball down. You got your one pick, now let's go home. Hey, Cam, I need a little more in the vert, Cam. Hey, Cam Curl, I need a little more in the vert, Cam. I need a little more in the vert, Cam. You was barely jumping over a phone book right there, Cam. I will give Manny credit. That shit went through his hands, but he was looking a little bouncy. Because how does this happen?
He's deflected in the air, and it's caught. Brandon Johnson. And Denver's prayer is answered.
How does that happen?
There's no way.
How does that happen? Ball go through 17,000 yards. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God. New era. We just find new ways to lose. I feel like in my 20 plus years of watching Washington football, I feel like we've gone through every scenario which way of how to lose. But I felt like we were going to find a new one at this point in the game. After such a dominant second half, I just knew we was going to go to waste. We was going to just let that go to waste. You got Cody Barton. Like I told y'all, Cody Barton's ass, bro. Cody Barton's ass, bro. Watch this. You spying on Russ. You supposed to be this fast-ass former safety linebacker. Drive on him and make that play, bro. And then you jump up and completely miss the ball. What the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro?
Unleashes towards the end zone. It is deflected in the air, and it's caught. Brandon Johnson. And Denver's prayer.
I just knew at this point. I just knew.
Tip 3 times.
Hey, Jack Del Rio, stop letting Sean Payton hit Hail Marys on you, bro. Because the Saints did that at the end of the first half in 2021. Guess who was their coach? Sean Payton. What, he got the Hail Mary Jiu-Jitsu on you or some shit? The Hail Mary Juju on you or some shit, bro? Like, how do we keep letting this happen to the same guy?
Improbable. You've got to keep your eyes disciplined. Watch crossers. You've got to be disciplined here if you're Washington. Wilson to the end zone.
Ball game, bitch. Ball game. Go ahead, Juice. I'm going to do it with you. Throw it up, Juice. Ball game. Ball game. Now, was it a pass interference? I don't know. Because you know what? That play shouldn't have happened because that wasn't a fucking catch to Cortland Sutton 2 plays before that. So guess what? Maybe the refs were giving us our get back. Something that we aren't accustomed to over here in Washington. We're used to those calls going against us. So guess what? Cry me a river, Denver Broncos fans. Cry me a damn river. Boo-hoo. That'll do it for this reaction video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll check in on you guys on the next one. Peace.